everyone, it's Heidi. Welcome back to my channel. This is actually my Halloween Buntober 2023 video, which I know that it's December 6th and it's St. Nicholas Day when I'm recording this. I'm just really behind because some things happened.
I hate it here.
But I thought I'm still going to get this video out. I'm going to show what I did. I did draw every day. I bit off a bit more than I could chew, so I didn't quite finish what I wanted to. But that's okay. I did what I could with the time that I had. For Buntober, I wanted to do a little bunny in a costume each day for the month of October, and I followed the prompts by Catwalk on YouTube, which was for Cattober, but I just changed it into bunnies. Sorry. I also decided that I wanted to compile all of the sketches that I made into one final illustration of the month. All of the little bunnies in their Halloween costumes at a Halloween party. So I'll start by going through each day of the month of Buntober. I'll do that mini sketchbook tour, and then I'll show you how I wanted to compile all of the drawings into a final illustration.
Of course there's sirens right now. It recorded immediately, there's sirens. Okay, I'm gonna try and get through this as quick as possible, because these are just my sketches of all the little bunnies I made throughout Buntober 2023. Probably should have printed out the prompt list, but I think I wrote the prompt underneath every single bunny I drew. Alright, we'll start with day one. Day one was leaves. So I thought of a costume that would have leaves. So I ended up, first I drew a bunny that was a stump with branches and leaves coming out of it. I thought that was cute. But then I also thought, like, oh, what if the bunny is just a single leaf for Halloween? Like, he went as a leaf. So little bunny with a maple leaf. And this was the one I ended up going with for my final illustration. And then day two was shadow. And I drew a little bunny ninja. Because there was this one anime I watched with my husband. I can't remember the name. It like took place in a prison or something, but one of the characters, he was born in shadow, and he lives in shadow, and he is shadow, and he's a ninja. So that's where the inspiration for that came from. For spell, I did Agnes, because Agnes, we call her Aggie, which is the name of a witch in one of my husband's favorite games. So she's kind of our little spooky bunny. So I gave her a little hat and a broom, and I tried to think of something that she might be doing, so I had her stirring a cauldron. And then I ended up perfecting her design a bit later. Day four was Wonderland. So I started with the white rabbit. I couldn't decide if I wanted his hearts outfit or if I wanted his like waistcoat outfit. I ended up going with this one, but he had to have a giant watch either way. Day five was Bite. So of course I had to draw a bub in his little Dracula costume, his little vampire costume. I gave him an Agnes caramel apples, because I feel like bunnies would love caramel apples if they could have them. So he's biting into the caramel apple, and then I had this. I think I was working on ideas, like just doodling at work. So I was working on what bub would look like for that, and then I drew Agnes again, because I kind of rearranged the rabbits to fit the prompts in the final illustration. Day five was Party. I initially drew a bunny as Party Poison, but then I thought that maybe that was too niche of a reference. So then I changed it to a Mad Hatter bunny, because, you know, they have tea parties in Alice in Wonderland, and then he goes with the white rabbit. Day six, Villain. So I just did a classic villain bunny looking evil with a top hat. I don't know, not my favorite. And then Barry, I had a bunny who he's just at the party he's just there for food, and he's dressed as a strawberry. Gosh, what day are we on? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh wait, are we on 9 already? Whatever. Next one was picnic, and so I did a little ant bunny holding a picnic basket. I just thought that would kind of tie into the food theme we got going. Next page. Next is storm. So I had a little bunny wearing a storm cloud, and I did end up changing this because later I thought about like an Angora bunny would make a lot more sense because they already look like a cloud anyways. So I ended up changing this one, but storm was just a little storm cloud. For book, I had a spooky little bunny telling ghost stories. Woo. Mysterious, I had a Sherlock Holmes bunny, and he is following the trail of debris, wrappers, and crumbs to the next bunny, which was angular. I couldn't think of an angular bunny, but then I thought, well, candy corn are triangles, so that's angular. So then I made a candy corn bunny who's making a big mess, eating all of his treats. Next was Sunny. I just had a little bunny dressed up as a sun, and I was thinking it'd be like one of those inflatable costumes and had to be patched up, and that ties into the storm theme, because I'd like to think that some of these bunnies know each other or coordinated their costumes, you know, like friends do. Next we have Treasure, so it was a little pirate bunny with a little wooden sword. Oh, I really like that one with a little eye patch. Next we have Starry. I thought, tying into the sun and the cloud, this bunny is a shooting star. So they just have a star costume with streamers to look like they're shooting across the sky, and they're so happy. Next we had Moth. So just a little bunny showing off his moth cape, and I was trying to work out what the little antenna would look like, and I just ended up going with something like that. This is where it gets complicated, because I started switching things around to fit different prompts. So this was crafty. So I switched it with spell, and Agnes was the witch in spell. So this wizard bunny, with his long beard and his cool little outfit, he became spell, and then Agnes, who was a witch, became crafty because witchcrafty. I was just trying to, I don't know. You know what? Let's move on. Next was Teacup. Thought, okay, going back to the Wonderland theme, going back to the tea party. So the March Hare has some teacups. So we got the White Rabbit, the Mad Hatter, and the March Hare. That all ties together, and I love his little bow tie and waistcoat. Next was Cave. I did not want to draw Batman as a bunny. I mean, I could have. So I just did a regular bat, so this bunny is a bat. Next is Liquid. That was weird. So I'm like, okay, Liquid, apple cider. This bunny's drinking apple cider. And I'm like, well, what can he wear? So I put him in a little pumpkin outfit. I love his hat. Kind of a reach on that one. Next page. Okay, getting more complicated here. This was Campfire. So I'm like, okay, Campfire. A little bunny. I want him roasting a marshmallow. And then I'm like, okay, maybe tie into the fire theme a bit. So he's a dragon, and he has one of those cute little oversized onesies with patches and buttons. So I really liked how that one turned out. It doesn't really tie into Campfire very well, other than the marshmallow, but I liked it. So Mummy, easy. Bunny mummy, a bunny mummy, and he's looking for treats. Candle, I'm like, oh great, this is a love story in the making, because we have our moth guy here, and the moth is drawn to the candle. So there's his little girlfriend, and she is a candle. Next was Medieval. So I thought I'll do a knight to go with the dragon. Maybe they came to the party together. And he has chainmail and a wooden sword. And there's, I don't know if you can tell, there's a carrot on his shield. Okay, next, Snobby. I thought, like, okay, rich, maybe a snooty king, and that would tie into the knight and the dragon. So here's the king, and he's very confident. He's very sure of himself, very snobby. He's marching into the party with his crown and his cape. Next is tarot. I don't mess with that stuff. So I thought, okay, instead I'm not drawing tarot cards, so I thought I'll just do a little fortune teller bunny. So she has her little table, she's got her cute little outfit, and I thought, oh, she's predicting that there is a banana in the future, because bunnies love bananas. Next was trouble, so I thought, okay, toil and trouble, like the cauldron and witches, fire burn and cauldron bubble. So, and then I'm like, okay, I liked Agnes with her cauldron, but then Agnes got an apple here, so then I just gave another bunny a witch costume with the cauldron, and they are making apple cider in their cauldron. Sweet, I just had a bunny enjoying their treats in a cute little skeleton costume. Overgrown, I thought of making them look like a tombstone, but then that was just kind of weird. So I just went with a swamp monster thing. It's just an overgrown bunny with vines and twigs in his hair, and he's got mushrooms on his back. I don't know. He's just a spooky bunny. Next we had spirit, so I just had some ghost bunnies. Here's the storm redo. I went back to that initial storm drawing and made it an Angora instead. So I thought that this bunny, he forgot about the party, or it's a last minute decision. So he just cut out little lightning bolts, stuck them in his hair, and then cut out some raindrops and pinned those to his fur. It's like, good enough. Going to the party as a storm cloud. Oh, this was the last day. So this was 31. So those are all the bunnies, all 31 bunnies for Buntober. And then here, this is where I started thinking about how I wanted to put all the bunnies into a final illustration at their Halloween party. One of my favorite Halloween movies is It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and I love that old, blocked colored backgrounds with, just really ridiculous colors that you wouldn't see in real life, like pink floors and pink walls, purple buildings. So that was kind of what I was studying here. And then I was studying kind of the vintage Halloween decorations and what the background would look like for the illustration. And then here I think I was just fooling around, thinking about some of the props and things that would be in the final. Kind of like this one. It's kind of silly. Yeah, those are all 31 of the bunnies that I drew, at least the sketches.
Okay, so the first thing I did when compiling all these little bunnies was just resketch everything out and put it into Clip Studio Paint, and then I rearranged them, which the configuration changes a lot, but then I started working on the background, and I thought, okay, what could all of my little bunnies be doing at their Halloween party? So I thought, okay, there'll be lots of hay bales around, lots of decorations, a little fireplace where they're making their apple cider, a dance floor, a photo booth, a place for the fortune-telling bunny to tell her fortunes with a line forming. I also made a little caramel apple station where Bub and Agnes got their apples that they're enjoying at the party. And then I started lining everything. I just wanted to keep it simple, really classic. I wanted this to look like a vintage card, kind of, with flat colors, or maybe like a Where's Waldo situation. Just a lot of things happening in a small space with a lot of characters. I wanted to give the bunnies activity, so I kind of looked at how I drew them initially, and that kind of determined where they would be in the illustration. So bunnies that kind of looked like they were sitting down ended up by the spooky bunny that was telling stories, like they're relaxing. Obviously, my little dragon bunny ended up by the fire with his marshmallow. I thought the sunny bunny would be the rabbit that was hosting the party, so she would be over by the door greeting people as they came in. And then I just had the bunnies kind of interacting with each other, like they're excited to see each other in their costumes. They're just having a good time. I did add 2 extra bunnies in addition to the 31. So there's the little chef bunny who is preparing the caramel apples for the party. I'm not sure if he was a guest or a caterer, but he's working very hard. And then another little bunny is enjoying the photo booth where they're getting their picture taken. And then I started working on the decorations. I had Happy Halloween, and then I thought, well, these are bunnies. It has to be Happy Halloween, so I changed that. Trying to work on those vintage decorations that I talked about earlier. Then I added pumpkins and candles everywhere, and the candles kind of vary in size because I wanted this to look like the party was going on inside of a tree stump or somewhere underground. That's why the door is kind of shaped to look like a tunnel, because I was really trying to combine life-size things with also miniature-size things. Oh, they have their treat table. I wanted to play around with size a lot. So the caramel apples are really big, because an apple is pretty big to a rabbit. The boombox in the middle, that'd be pretty big to a bunny. The photo booth doesn't make any sense. I kind of messed around with size a lot, which I kind of like the contrast between, having something that is realistically sized and then something that isn't right next to it. Like the pumpkins vary in size, the little buckets vary in size. And then I started playing around with color. I was looking at vintage illustrations and stuff, and I was trying to play around with the colors. I'm still not too happy with the colors the way they are right now. I probably should have gone with the bright pink after all, because of just how, I really just like how that looks with the yellow, that bright pink. But I can always go back and change things. I did not finish this in time for Halloween, and then November was so busy, and I abandoned it. I got most of it done, but then when it came to the last details and coloring things, I ran out of time. I mean, that's okay, this was just an extra thing that I wanted to do. I did complete the challenge of drawing every day for the entire month of October. Kind of stretched my creative muscles. It was just putting it all together. Maybe that was a bit too much for the month, because it was essentially like I had to redo everything I already did and clean it up and make it look really cute and nice and fancy, and I just didn't have time for that. But since, I have this digital file, I can always go back and fix it up for next year. What I'd really like to do is have this as a print or a card all ready for Halloween next year, because I've wanted to open a shop for a long time. I don't know, I've never been confident enough in my work to attempt to really sell it. But this, I feel like, has potential if I keep working on it and I add all the little details and some more texture and then print it out. Let me know in the comments if you would even consider buying a Halloween card. I know a lot of people don't send cards anymore. I don't know, I really like this, and I want to return to it in the future. Spruce it up, make it all nice. But now it's December, and it's on to Christmas, it's on to the holidays. I need to move on. Well, I hope you enjoy this work in progress. You'll probably see it again in the future when it's all tidied up, but I want to show how far I got. I'm proud that I completed this challenge. Not proud of not finishing this part of it. The nice thing about being an artist is that you can always go back to stuff you already did, and you can fix it, You can do whatever you want to it because it's your work. And yeah, I'm just going to put this in my back pocket until maybe next year, or just when I have time to sit down and maybe I'm back in the Halloween spirit. So yeah, I hope you like this, and all 31 little bunnies in their costumes. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.